Hell yeah. So what's up guys? Today I'll be streaming again and yeah, I have no idea what I'm gonna watch. I don't even know what I'm gonna be seeing. Oops. I did not mean to press that. What the hell even is that? Outlook? Who the hell uses that shit? YouTube. I have been hearing of... There we go. Fix that noisy ass problem. Though now I'm hot as hell. No electric fan by that mean. Hmm. Oh yeah, this I was talking about the streamer that got sent. I think it was 31 years. Korea, if I remember. Yeah, Irish Humana facing additional 31 years. Good, good, good.
This IRL streamer is now in more hot water after a clip resurfaced of him going into a subway and broadcasting an announcement that he had a bomb over and over. This IRL streamer is now in more hot water after a clip resurfaced of him going into a subway and broadcasting an announcement that he had a bomb over and over again on a loudspeaker.
Isn't that like terrorism? Isn't that terrorism? No, no, seriously, isn't that just terrorism?
Oh boy, well, it's safe to say things are getting way worse for the streamer in Korea who could be facing up to several decades in prison, as his antics in Korea just continue to be shown to the public, and he's also making things infinitely worse for himself by continuing to disrespect the country and just laugh at the entire situation. It's safe to say the dude is about to find out, because as I've stated in my previous videos on him, he is his own worst enemy, as he live streams himself committing dozens of crimes for content. So all the victims have to do is recognize themselves and file charges with the footage that he filmed. And all the prosecutors have to do is count the felonies and bring them to a judge. But for some reason, he thinks he's about to get out of this. I guess he's just assuming the same thing that happened in Japan is going to happen now. And for those of you guys who don't know, this guy, he's essentially the most hated IRL streamer because his whole content style is harassing random people in public, and I guess just seeing how much he can get away with. Then when he's confronted, he puts on this act like, oh, I did nothing wrong, and he has no idea why people are calling the police on him. He did this in Japan for a long period of time, but ended up getting arrested and spent roughly 3 months in jail for this.
I hear he's pleading insanity. In most of his cases where he gets sent to court or like prison, he pleads insanity, which in and of itself is kind of fucking insane because bro is actually insane. You can't say this guy isn't actually insane. But at the same time, you can also plead that he is deliberately doing this. Because after all, he wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for the fact that he does this in order to make money. He makes money out of this. That means he has a reason to do this, meaning he's doing this on purpose, deliberately, regardless of whether he's fucking insane or not. Which, at this point, with his actions, yeah, he's insane, alright? He's actually fucking insane.
And at the end of the day, they let him go, as he apologized and lied in court. But later on, he deleted that apology, took it all back, and then bragged about lying in court. Then I guess he went to Israel, continued the same style of content, was detained by the police and beat up by civilians multiple times before fleeing the country with an emergency passport.
I fucking hoped one of those civilians that fucking whooped his ass in Egypt. I think it was Egypt. Wait.
Police and court. Then I guess he went to Israel.
Israel. I fucking hope those civilians that whooped his ass in Israel made it fucking worse. Like, they beat him within the inch of his life, and then after he healed, they beat him again. I wish for police brutality on this man. I wish for police brutality. I don't normally hate on people, but this rat bastard has the audacity to exist. And I don't like that. So I hope he get police brutality. Civilian justice Batman ass beatdown.
Fleeing the country with an emergency passport, as his main American passport was allegedly taken away from him. This is an important detail now, as since he's gone to Korea and continued the same antics, but way worse. And that led him to being travel banned, but that hasn't stopped him from continuing to taunt the public and flex that he has this emergency passport, even though he can't go anywhere with it. As the Korean government, they've taken away his main passport and he's been banned from leaving the country. Which leaves us with another very popular question. Why is he not arrested? Well, he's been booked and released until trial and travel banned until the verdict. Now, apparently the reasons they're doing it this way is because they don't want to house him. Like, they've removed his passport, so he isn't really a flight risk. Essentially, they want to put the burden on him to provide for himself, because now he's forced to pay for himself to stay there.
There are videos of his ass getting beaten. Alright. Show me. Alright. Streamer. I don't even bother to remember this rap bastard's name. What the hell even is his name? I think it was... I can't remember. Gets beat in up Israel. Horrible streamer gets beaten.
I remember in high school my Spanish.
Oh, it's Penguin. Where? I just want to see.
Me. I'm from America, bitch. Don't touch me. I'll slap that ass. I'll grab it too. Donald Trump told me grab it by the pussy. I'll grab that too. Stop playing with me, bitch.
Motherfucker. Pissed me off. All I saw was a clip. All I saw was a damn clip.
I remember in high school my Spanish teacher.
Pissing me the fuck off.
Until the trial is finished.
Unless you guys can show me a video of him getting his ass whooped, I won't believe it exists. Please tell me.
Alongside of paying to defend himself. This will likely cost him way more than he earned during his entire trip to Korea to begin with. Then on top of that, more platforms have now banned him. So he doesn't really have that many options left. As of now, he has like Rumble, TikTok, and Instagram. And all of this is happening after he previously took a 4-month break. And as he even admits, he can't afford to not stream.
I'm trying to do more daytime streams. I'm trying to be more consistent, guys. I want to stream at least 5-6 days a week. Like, I cannot take no breaks. After taking a 4-month break, I do not have no time to take any breaks. I hope
this rap bastard gets ball cramps. You know, when you're taking a piss and suddenly your balls start cramping and it hurts like a bitch. Yeah, I hope this happens to him. I hope both sides of his pillows are not only warm, but piping hot somehow. I hope this man trips on his own damn shoelace and hits his head on the floor so bad he fucking gets a concussion.
I hope this trip ends up good. It's been a success so far.
I wish for this man's downfall. And when I mean downfall, I mean straight to hell.
So being banned on both Kick, Twitch, and YouTube is a massive financial hit for him. But he has nobody to blame but himself. The clip that we just saw, though, is from his 5th day streaming in Korea. And a lot of his new problems come from this day. After he was indicted, people started to go through his past streams in Korea to help the prosecutors build the strongest case possible. And Johnny tried to scrub all the evidence of this, but, you know, since he live streams everything, there's people who just record and repost all of his antics. So the first incident that we're going to look at is him in the subway, as you know from the intro. First, he couldn't figure out how to buy a ticket, so he then films and pressures a kid to do it for him.
Okay, I'm putting the money in. I cannot figure this out for the life of me, bro. Hey, look,
fucking
you know how to do this? Can you put this in there for me? Look.
Come on, dude.
Put it on the side. Put it in there. Yes. Get to work.
Dude.
If you know how to translate this, can you help me? Put it inside. My 5,001. Put it in my card. Yes. Put this inside. I don't read Korean.
Why is that his problem? Like, why are you putting this onto a kid?
I don't want to traumatize this little. I'll do it myself.
Like, what are you doing? That kid did not consent to being bullied into helping you for your own content. Nobody wants to see their kid being talked to like that, especially when the kid is just trying to help. But after fumbling with the machine for about 5 minutes, he makes his way to the subway where he starts to, do his usual, harass people for content. And here you have these back-to-back text-to-speech donations with some of the most disrespectful stuff you can imagine. Bomb threats, praising North Korea, loud moaning sounds, and all of this on public transportation when clearly there's kids around. So how
If he's praising North Korea, we should send his ass there. We should send his ass there. Let's see how fun he'll think it is. I'm not sure where this guy is right now. He's probably in prison. There's no fucking way this man isn't in prison right now. This video is 5 months old. In the time span of me watching this video, he's probably in lifetime imprisonment.
How does he respond to essentially allowing himself to be this?
This animal does not deserve to be in the outside world. Human rights need to be stripped from this man because human rights determine that you're fucking human. This man is not human. Therefore, he does not deserve fucking human rights. I'm sorry for swearing a lot, but I fucking hate this motherfucker. I've seen clips of this man, alright? Clips of his streams, and I've pissed off just seeing it. And I'm the type to not scroll away, too. So I'm just kind of looking at something that pisses me off, and I can't look away.
For his toxic audience, well, he dances around and has fun with it. He's shocked that nobody's giving him any pushback, and then he thanks his audience for supporting him with these disrespectful text-to-speech donations.
How many? You can't see it in my eyes, but how many? Some just. I don't think they're pressing me because I look like them. No, not even one person is pressing me. Maybe because I look like them. I'm blending in. Thank you guys for all the support, guys. I love you guys.
Now, obviously, you can give him the benefit of the doubt and say, he doesn't understand Korean or what they're donating. But it's clear he endorses this, and he'll happily be paid to use as a medium for random people on the internet to harass strangers. Because let's be real, if there was actually any fear of what was being said on his text-to-speech, if he didn't understand it, he would just turn off the speaker.
I don't know what's going on, guys. He's preaching. He's a cult. Oh my, this is terrorism. This is now terrorism.
This rat bastard's viewers are just as fucking bad as him. Because he's basically being used as like a puppet for his viewers' fucked up imaginations. He's basically their agent. And the fact that they're doing this, they're paying him to not only disrupt the public, but also harass people, makes them just as worth and just as worthy of being sent to prison as himself. Because these people know dead ass that this motherfucker will actually do the things that he's being sent to do. That means that they're liable for what this guy is actually doing. These guys should also be sent in prison with him. You love your fans? Alright. Go to prison with them.
This is terrorism, guys.
So there he's claiming he's committing terrorism? So that's interesting and can also likely be used against him in court. And then to add to that, you have this whole clip which happened where he walked around blasting, I have a bomb on his speaker.
나에겐 폭탄이 있다. 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 나에겐
This has
폭탄이
got to
있다.
be an act of terrorism.
I know, sir. Sorry.
나에겐 폭탄이 있다.
I'm sorry.
나에겐 폭탄이
We
있다.
got. What is it even saying? Oh, I don't know. What?
나에겐 폭탄이 있다.
Guys, there's kids right here,
나에겐
bro.
폭탄이 있다.
Let's just go. Sorry, brother. Oda Nobunaga. No, Oda Nobunaga. No. Oh my god. Everyone's looking at me.
Dude. But the cops then show up, so he starts blaming some random people for snitching.
You called them? You? I think it's that guy that snitched.
But after being kicked off of the subway by the police, he then claims he's uncancelable.
Somalis can never get canceled. Never, bro. And honestly, the only way I could be canceled is if I cancel myself.
Somalis. Ah, yeah, that's his name. Somalis. Current condition. Wait. Oh shit. I think some Somalis streamer. What? Johnny Somali. All right. 31-year-old, 31, sentenced to 31 years in prison. Ooh, this is May. This is new. Yo, W for Korea. 31 years in prison. 31. Yeah. You know peace signs anymore, bitch. Fucking hell. Yeah, Somali, the popular streamer whose real name is Ramzi Khalid Ismaili, is under legal fire in South Korea with his new sex crime charge that could potentially land him up to 31 years in prison. Yes! This latest accusation adds to the growing list of legal troubles surrounding the American content creator whose provocative behavior while streaming overseas has frequently attracted controversial and scrutiny from authorities. Faces another deepfake allegation in South Korea. Yes! In South Korea, the distribution of deepfake videos is treated as sex crime, and each count results in 10.5 years. I pray for this man's downfall.
The one thing I got to think about, if I want to piss off Moist Critical, if I want to piss off H-Toast, if I want to piss off Decoy
Pissed
Boys,
me
and all
off.
these that made hundreds of thousands about talking to me on YouTube, the only thing I need to do is keep streaming. That's all I need to do, keep streaming. Like, just keep streaming and get rich and get super rich and just, that's going to piss everybody off. That's how
You ain't gonna be rich in
win
prison.
over these normies
Dumbass.
and SJWs like fucking Hasanabi.
This aged so poorly because he's now been banned on all major streaming platforms since he said this. Then on top of this, he's clearly not worried about the online backlash, because something he should be worried about are the laws of the countries he streams in. Because let's face it, the most likely thing to cancel his streaming career are his own actions that'll likely land him behind bars. And also, speaking of his political comment here, I feel like Johnny has united everyone in the world from all backgrounds and political beliefs to agree on one thing. We all despise the kind of content he makes, and I think it's a massive net negative to society, because I feel like everyone wants to be able to live in a society without the risk of being harassed in public for someone's live stream content. So the more you point and laugh at these fools who do this for internet attention, the better. But alongside of the pointing and laughing and legal ramifications he's facing,
We shouldn't. You know, execution is illegal. But if I was the government, I would make exceptions.
he's also now facing threats from people that are being aired on a national Korean TV station.
Don't come.
This rap bastard needs to be treated like a GTA NPC that pissed off the main character. He just needs to be treated like that.
Back to America, Mr. Somali.
Johnny Somali, just know, wherever you go, if there are Korean people,
Okay, so he's getting threats from Americans now?
we're not to be with. You us in LA, we go on the roofs and literally snipe you, mother.
YouTube personality Johnny Somali, who's been making headlines ever since making a nuisance of himself in South Korea, seems to have a new target on his back. Not by angry Koreans, but by Korean Americans who even claim to have gang affiliations. For those out of the loop, the streamer was recently indicted by South Korean authorities for his offensive commotions.
That is such a bad clip.
In a video that's now circulating online, a Korean-American man sent out a threatening message to Somali, warning him to refrain from returning to the United States.
But you just pissed off a lot of the wrong people. Don't come back to America, Mr. Somali, as the price that you need to pay for playing stupid games.
Earlier last week, Somali talked with American streamer Caldo during a live stream where he shared his plan to return home.
I think my next destination you asked is America, bro, because I'm tired of dealing with these foreign governments and these foreign laws.
Yeah, man.
Like, if I stream in America, I don't have to deal with it. I'll keep it strong, bro. I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to quit. I don't think I'll go to jail. I think if I don't go to jail, it's going to be a big win, and then I can laugh on all these creators on Rumble.
Notice how he said Rumble as he doesn't have any of the main platforms left. But yeah, that would be interesting to see him stream like he's doing now in the US. So that'll be interesting to see how long that lasts. And that is if he gets out of Korean jail in a short enough time to where he can get to the US and still have a relevant streaming career.
It's not known yet how the Korean authorities will deal with Somali's case. And while he seems confident he'll avoid doing any jail time, he should be less sure about being welcomed back in America, as many Americans, both of Korean descent and regular people, have expressed their embarrassment as well as anger towards the YouTuber who's been making an American look pretty bad in places like Israel, Japan, and Thailand.
Yeah, I feel like the general consensus here in the US is like, hey, Korea, just keep him over there. Take one for the team. Just have him over there, please.
Comments on YouTube videos about Somali's antics in Korea from fellow Americans state they don't wish to see him back. One commented, "American here."
Yeah, no, exactly. That is straight up
Keep him in custody
the
for as
general
long as
consensus
you like.
here.
While another wrote, "U.S. Marine here. America doesn't want his ass back."
And on top of that, Legal Mindset, who we had here on the channel last week, he broke that a bunch more charges have been filed against Johnny.
I contacted some folks, and apparently some Korean YouTubers have pressed additional charges. So these have already been filed against him. Apparently blackmail, which is up to 10 years in prison. The ones in the green have already been filed. So, and these are not ones by Bong or someone else. These are by Korean YouTubers who have said they're not dropping them. They're not dropping them. So you've got blackmail, insults, you've got deep fakes, and not Bong's deep fakes, other people's deep fakes. Those have all been filed. So the green are all new charges that have been filed. And then beyond that, the yellow is stuff that's going to be filed this week. Sexual threats to children up to 3 years, because he was playing sexual stuff around children, including, by the way, literally, this is disgusting. He was playing threats to sexually assault children live on his text-to-speech, right? So that's going to go down. Business obstruction, right? Another charge, right? Supporting the DPRK, which is, once again, I showed you the video before. And as well, he's done this in multiple instances. That's up to 7 years. And public indecency with another year.
So if all those get filed, I mean, he's potentially facing an additional 31 years in Korean prison. Now, obviously, they're not going to throw the maximum sentence at him. Legal Mindset does go on to say that
I hope they send this man to the most absolutely batshit insane prison Korea has. And I also hope that they give him the most maximum amount of time he can get. Also, I just
thinks
fixed
that,
my camera.
like, realistically, we're looking at anything from 1 to 10 years for Johnny for this. But the next question I have is, will all this get thrown into the same case, or will this be separate, which then continues to prolong his stay in Korea? Because let's say he just somehow manages to get out of this first case, but then he has all of these extra charges to worry about. But Johnny apparently isn't even that worried, because he's now posting on Instagram saying, "I'm gonna laugh like a maniac when I beat this case like OJ." Okay, bud. So I guess only time will tell to see if that happens. But as many of you guys know, I started a mat company called Mat City to bring the nostalgic toy car mats to a city near you, alongside of Mouse Mats. So we've now dropped way more cities and collections, and we're now doing a 20% off site-wide sale for Mat City for an extended Black Friday and Cyber Monday sale. So now is the perfect time to grab something for yourself or a Christmas present for a loved one. And that would really be supporting out the channel if you decide to do so. But either way, thank you guys for your time. And if you're new here, feel free to subscribe, or I might not see you again. But hopefully, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Good video. I hope to find that man's body in a barrel, floating down in the ocean. Man, you guys are seeing my Skibidi, why brain rot will doom Gen Alpha? Oh, there's more.
This IRL streamer might go down as the dumbest influencer ever. This IRL streamer might go down as the dumbest influencer ever create content for the internet because he truly thinks nothing will ever happen to him, even though he's already pleaded guilty to multiple charges in his ongoing Korean criminal case. And still, he's out on the street racking up more and more felonies daily while all of this is going on. And I've been covering influencers doing stupid stuff for over a decade now, and I've never seen someone continue to commit felonies in a foreign country while having an ongoing criminal trial. That
is the stupidest thing in the world. Like that's like getting accused of stealing something, and then while being accused of stealing something, you steal more shit. Wow. Wait, I'm looking if there's any more like newer videos. IRL streamer, federal charges for the stream. No, this is the latest one on this Somali bastard.
This IRL streamer might go down as the dumbest influencer ever create content for the internet because he truly thinks nothing will ever happen to him, even though he's already pleaded guilty to multiple charges in his ongoing Korean criminal case. And still, he's out on the street racking up more and more felonies daily while all of this is going on. And I've been covering
That's like being accused of stealing something. Then even though you're still being accused of stealing, in broad daylight, you steal again in front of a crowd of like 100 people.
Influencers doing stupid stuff for over a decade now, and I've never seen someone continue to commit felonies in a foreign country while having an ongoing criminal trial. It's like he wants to be stuck there forever, and clearly this has taken a massive toll on him and his only friend who's financially supporting him, as his family seems to have started to cut him off from family funds. So I guess instead of reeling things in and trying to behave, he wants to find...
This thing has a family? This rap bastard of an entity that I won't even call human has a family. Wow, that's interesting.
Doubt exactly how much time South Korea can possibly give him. I think his confidence is still high because, you know, when he went to Japan, they let him go with only 3 months of jail time. But the big difference here, though, is in Japan, he was thrown in jail and therefore he stopped committing felonies while he was in jail. Now in South Korea, they have a different approach where they travel ban him and let him provide for himself rather than the South Korean taxpayer. This seems to have kind of driven the guy crazy because now he's basically broke, banned on every streaming platform, so because of that, he has no real way of making any decent money. We found out that he wasn't being paid on Party, meaning he did this whole shirtless dancing stunt and then got arrested for zero upside. Not only is he the dumbest influencer, but also the most pathetic. But what he seemingly doesn't realize is the more felonies he documents himself doing, the more charges he'll inevitably get, and the longer his criminal trial will take, or trials, because there could easily be multiple trials here, meaning he will continue to be stuck in Korea. So, instead of switching things up and actually behaving to get a lighter sentence, he starts threatening the Korean government and another YouTuber.
This is exactly what I want to happen to this bastard. He knows he has no escape. He knows that he has no other option other than to continue his already failing streaming career. He's forced to continuously keep doing this because he has no other option. He can't get a job there. No one would take this guy. I'm pretty sure this bastard didn't even pass elementary. Kindergarten, at most, is what he passed. This man has no more options. He's slowly being suffocated like a python is wrapping its neck, its whole body around his neck and suffocating him. And he's feeling that shit slowly. I want him to feel the pain. I sound sadistic as hell. I'm gonna go take a water. Drink water.
Then he gets detained again by the police for doing some stunt in the park, and then to top everything off, for a small donation, he goes back out to taunt people the same day he was already detained, and 20 minutes later, the police were back on him. So we have quite a few things to talk about today, so let's start off with the strategical pivot at the Johnny Somali HQ.
If Korea does not let me out of Korea, I'm telling you right now, it is a danger to the Korean women. I have had so much with Korean women while I've been locked here. I don't wear any when I these Korean women. I don't get any STD tests when I these Korean women. I don't get any STD tests when I these Korean women. And I make sure to spread whatever I have to all of these Korean women. And the police can't stop me. The government can't stop me.
Does he think that will help him? That is a crazy thing to say when you're in a criminal trial. Now, I would be worried for the Korean citizens if he could pull anything else but his roommate Hank. I don't know why, but it's always the dudes who get zero play who brag about getting so much play. And again, he is his own star witness to that as well, because he admitted he doesn't get anything there. I mean, the guy is even denied from the places where you pay for it.
I haven't had put since fucking September.
Okay, do you guys want to know what happened when I went to the red light district with Hank? I'll tell y'all the story. The other day we went to the red light district, and the reason I didn't stream it is because every single we met in the red light district was like, no black, no black, no black.
So it's just more empty words from this guy. But the judge and prosecution doesn't know that, especially after he doubled down.
But when I go to Japan in 2029, I'm going to pull a Harrison. I kind of like what Harrison is doing. I like how Harrison is doing the super spreader stuff. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to say it right here to the camera. I'm not scared. If I ever caught HIV, I would become a super spreader. I'll say it right now. I don't care. If I ever caught HIV, I'm going to become a super spreader.
Dude's entire existence is just being a net loss to society. It's safe to say he's going to be the most fascinating test.
Society? This rat bastard isn't just a net loss to society. He's a net loss to humanity as a whole. Our whole species is dragged down by this rat bastard, which is actually really insane considering there's a lot of humans. And yet this one rat bastard's voice is so fucking annoyingly loud. He can be heard amongst the billion crowds.
To the South Korean legal system, because his entire strategy here is to disrespect South Korea as much as possible for some attention on his stream. Dude is essentially trading his freedom and life to be this edgy middle school class clown. Now, I'm hoping this is just empty words like everything else he says, but just like in all the other videos covering the guy, he will inevitably make things worse for himself as he decided to threaten to give the YouTube creator Legal Mindset HIV.
Legal Mindset. I don't need to fight that. I'll walk past it, inject them with some HIV blood with a needle. Legal Mindset.
See, that's a very specific threat against a very specific person. That's actually gets me. So that is what you would call, and that's a threat. And that's what you call a pinprick attack, which is, you can Google it. There's actually Wikipedia pages about it. There's stuff like that about it. That is very much criminal to threaten, to talk about. And in many countries, there's actually specific statutes that relate to that legally.
I mean, the fact that he even goes out and says that.
What the fuck would possess you to threaten a lawyer? A lawyer! Out of every single profession you could have ever possibly threatened, you threaten a lawyer.
Shows how much of a lowlife this guy is. But on top of that, Legal Mindset goes into detail on what these threats to the Korean public could mean for Johnny.
But in Korea, if you actually went over and threatened people with HIV, you could be guilty of any of these things: injury, attempted injury, serious injury, special threat, attempted crime, murder. Also, Korea has a special statute, a special law called the Acquired Immunodeficiency Syndrome, that's AIDS, Prevention Act. Article 19, prohibition on conduct risking transmission. What does that carry? I know you all want to know, and that is 10 years in jail.
Woo!
So 10 years under that statute for any conduct that would involve that. So that would be stacking on top of his already full stack of issues, 10 years in potential years in prison. That's a maximum penalty there.
So naturally, Johnny panics and starts backtracking, saying that was all hypothetical and in Minecraft or whatever. But dude, that's not going to cover you legally. And he's realized how bad things are for him, hence why.
I mean, that's like saying, oh, I hypothetically killed that person. Bro, he's dead. It doesn't matter.
His new plan is to eventually flee South Korea, apparently.
Going to Incheon, I'm renting a boat or an inflatable raft.
This is the kind of big brain move this bastard thinks he's capable of doing. Because, like, he's announcing his plans to an online streaming platform. Literally online. He's announcing his escape plans to the public. That's literally like being a prisoner in a prison and then announcing to the guards what you're going to do in order to escape the prison. Big brain, huh? We're dealing with a pretty hefty IQ here.
And I'm gonna stream sailing to international waters.
Oh my god, he's gonna stream going out of the country. Has bro never heard of a bigger fucking boat? The Navy. He's gonna get caught.
As soon as I hit international water, you can't touch me.
That sounds like a great way to drown.
You know, once you hit international waters, no one will know if you get shot and killed by the fucking Navy.
What's the plan here? Is he just trying to sail to Japan, where he's also banned? Because if he was going from Busan, his options are Japan or I guess North Korea if he goes all the way up the coast.
I mean, he is praising North Korea so much. Like in his dreams, he was praising North Korea. If he's praising it so much, then go there, dipshit. Go there. No one would mind. No one would mind.
Coastline, but there's a whole bunch of Korean islands on the way to Japan. So there's no way he's gonna make it to international waters. He'll just get arrested again. Yeah, and that would be cool, Arling, except he didn't say Busan, he said Incheon, which is even worse for him, because then he only has North Korea and China and a whole bunch of Korean islands outside of Incheon. Great. Let's continue the video. But a lot of people have also been asking how his family are reacting to his antics. And he's actually addressed this before he was detained in Korea. So I can only imagine how they feel after all of this now.
You guys are my family. I'm not gonna lie. Like I told you guys, my family disowned me. My dad the other day, I was like, do I really cause you that much stress? And my dad told me, you caused the whole world stress. I'm ashamed to be your father. I was like, what, Dad, really? If I had a son and he turned out like Ramsey, like John, I would be proud. This is a world enigma.
The only thing that makes Johnny an enigma is how stupid he acts. It's actually baffling. I've never seen a human being slowly self-sabotage and destroy his own life over the span of a few years for a handful of live stream viewers. At least not to this degree. This is just breaking records for being an absolute lowlife.
Why would you not be proud of this? Not be proud of this. The only thing I'm really tripping over is because my dad told me he does not want me to have kids. He literally said, do not reproduce.
Do not reproduce. Do not pass down those yee-ass genes into the gene pool, dumbass.
So I'm like, yeah, I'm going to just go back to crashing out. Y'all don't like me anyway. I'll make a new family. You can't choose your family, guys, but you can make a new one.
This guy picked a parasocial relationship.
This bastard's got no motion. He ain't gonna get laid.
With some viewers who hate him and want to see him either arrested.
What is he gonna do? Buy a woman? Bro, he's broke. He's got no money.
Or worse, over his own family. The judgment on this one is phenomenal. But clearly, when people poke him about this, it really strikes a nerve.
My father told me not to have kids. Yes, he said that. But for you to take that and make that a joke is not a fucking game. It's not fucking funny. Yes, my father said, do not have kids.
Disowned by his dad, fucking dumbass.
He did say that. I'm gonna be honest. He did say that. I don't care.
Yeah, that reaction says otherwise. But will he take this as a wake-up call? Absolutely not. As he was just detained in Korea multiple times in one single live stream.
What's your name? What's your name?
What's your name?
What's your name?
Ah, hell no. What's your name? No, I can film you. You in public. What? Back up.
영국 깃발, 일본 깃발 밟으면서 유디로스 정문으로.
We in the park. Ah, here it come, here it come. It's crazy, you guys see? Police state. This is a police state. Don't listen to these police.
Don't speak, don't speak.
Don't speak? Oh, shit.
These dudes are for some reason still acting like they're in America. Meanwhile, Hank was deported from the US. He can't even be here legally. And Johnny can't legally engage in any political protests in South Korea, and that's exactly what he's doing here with his buddy Hank.
I hope if he were to ever somehow, by some magic ass reason, manage to somehow get to America, he gets detained by ICE. Like, ICE is a bad guy, alright? But this bastard is a bad guy as well, so wouldn't they cancel each other out? ICE would finally be doing a good thing for the world by, deporting his ass to, I don't know, Penguin Island.
Hank waving around some CCP flag and stomping on other flags for attention online. But Hank ends up actually getting fined for this. And all of this went down in a 9-hour-long live stream. But throughout the stream, it becomes more and more noticeable that Hank is upset with this fine. And this is the first time that he's received legal repercussions for hanging out with Johnny. And let's be real, the only reason they're out doing this was to entertain Johnny's viewers. But Johnny, he was gonna make it up to him with a couples massage, but not before they do a desktop stream first. And here, he announces when he's finished with the Johnny Somali shtick, he'll be a doctor.
I think I'm gonna go to medical school after this Johnny Somali arc is over.
I mean, on the bright side, at least you would be doing something positive for society, but good luck to anyone that—
You're too fucking stupid to do so. I've seen streams of your This is directed to Somali directly, alright? You're too fucking stupid to do so. Alright? I'm a nursing student. You ain't passing fucking the first semester. You ain't passing it. You're failing like 3 of your grades and you're getting dropped out. Idiot.
that has to be—
I've watched clips of your streams, and I already know exactly what your IQ is. It's in the negatives. Dumb shit.
This guy's patient. To be honest, though, I don't think he's being serious at all because he immediately starts talking about the future of his live streaming career. He also apparently view-botted the stream as he was celebrating having 8,000 live concurrent viewers.
Pathetic. View-botting your streams. Actually, now that I think about it, there were a lot of people in my streams, even right now. There's a comment pretty much that's telling me like, oh, I can't name it. Basically, you could just like, there's bots on Twitch that basically go into your stream and like tell you, hey, you can buy viewers from this app. Yeah, that's actually a thing.
But the only issue with that is his VOD only has 15,000 total views days after the stream. If those 8,000 viewers were concurrent viewers and they were actually real, you would have like anywhere from like 150,000 to maybe 500,000 views on that VOD. So there's basically a 0% chance that these views were legit. But he also announced his plans for his next trial.
I went to a tailor in Korea and we got my customized outfit, and it's gonna be ready by Monday. Let's just say I told the tailor make it extra pointy. Extra pointy. We got some shit ready.
What is it? A huge fucking dick?
They got mad at me for wearing an oversized suit. Let's see how mad they get this time. What I wear. Let's see. That's all I want to say. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna leak nothing. I went to the tailor and I got that shit extra ready. I got it just like Kanye.
Is it all black or all white?
All black. Just like Kanye. Just like Kanye.
Again, I mean, this dude is completely willing to throw away his freedom to entertain the handful of viewers who watch his streams. He's just the prime example of influencer Darwinism. My guess here is he's just realized he's destroyed his life and he wants to make it as entertaining as possible for himself until he inevitably gets thrown into Korean prison. I also forgot to mention that apparently they're not happy with the local news coverage of them, so they wanted to show up to their offices.
BC. The JBC News building is not even open. Who's the news that was talking shit about us?
JTBC.
So you down to go to the headquarters?
Yes, and
Lie.
and like demand an interview.
That's a good content line.
Actually demand an interview.
Me and Hank go to the Korean news channel that has been talking the most shit about us, and we show up to their headquarters live. And on YouTube, live on this channel and Hank's channel. And we tell these we want an interview now. And we're not leaving till you call the police. Now!
So in case you were wondering why they were mad, they covered how he's ran out of money and that Hank is now asking for donations to continue to cover and pay for Johnny. So after the desktop stream, they decided to finally go to that couples massage. But before they got there, Hank had to defend Johnny.
Somalians! Hi! 친구! What? What the f? Yo! Wait!
안 때릴 테니까 가.
Why you wanna fight? 친구!
After Hank defended Johnny, Johnny canceled the couples massage as he would rather just go and stream. So they parted ways.
Alright, man. Go get your massage 2 hours. I'll go chill at the house.
Johnny leaves and goes back to the house because, as he states, he can't be outside alone because, you know, the Golden Goblin game is still going on over there.
Guys, I can't be out here solo unless Gook Hunter is gonna pull through.
And he's also openly admitted to being scared of walking around by himself out there due to being targeted.
Please don't say OD God. I have a PTSD when you say OD God. Please, I don't want to hear that word. That's OD God is like hearing the N word to me, bro.
That word is what the dude who knocked him out said just before knocking him out, which translates to "where are you going?" But continuing the live stream, Johnny makes a mistake.
Chat, another bottle of wine or what? Chat, another bottle of wine or what? Let me see one's in the chat. One's in the chat, another bottle of wine.
So he buys the bottle of wine, goes back upstairs, and I guess gets even more drunk, and that makes him brave enough to go back outside, all by himself.
Oh my God. Oh, it's the police. I'm gone. It's the police. I'm running from the police. I'm gone. It's the police. Oh, I'm gone. Someone called the police. Someone called the police. Oh, open. I'm closing the door. I'm closing the door on the cops. I'm closing the door on the cops. Go.
What the fuck is this idiot doing?
Someone call the cops. I swear to God. No. I love the police.
Clearly, he should have been wandering outside. He should have just stayed at home. So he got away from the police. Unsure if that could count as fleeing from the police, considering they actually had their lights on. But then for some reason, he decided to go back downstairs. Because remember, he lets his live stream chat make his life decisions for him. The same people that want him either arrested or worse.
One in the chat go down. One in the chat go down. You think I'm lying? One in the chat go down. One in the chat go down. One in the chat go down. All right, Sevens. I swear they were for me. I'm going down. I'm not scared. What the fuck did they do to me? They're harassing me. I don't give a fuck what they want. Oh, they're for me. Oh, they're for me. I'm closing. Oh, no. Goodbye. What you want?
Turn off your body cam. Officers, just turn off your body cam. We won't judge. We won't judge. Just turn them off.
그 조용히 해야 돼. calm.
Huh? I'm YouTube live. I'm calm down.
calm down.
You can tell the police are just so fed up with him at this point because they clearly have to deal with him on the regular. So they just end up telling him to go back home.
Go away from me.
짖지 말라고.
짖지 말라고.
짖지 말라고.
Okay, bye-bye.
짖지 마.
Yeah, I'm scamming. Go away.
짖지 말라고.
Go away.
No.
Okay.
Acting like the victim, like he hasn't been doing this exact same shit to other people. You know, random strangers. He just starts following them, starts creeping on them like some fucking phantom.
Go away.
Now that it's happening to him, he's acting like a bitch. Hypocrisy at its finest.
Stupid ass. Go away. Hey, go away. Go, hey. Hey, go. Huh?
So finally, they let him go back into Hank's apartment. So a lot of people are now speculating that Hank called the cops on Johnny when he left the apartment again, telling the cops that, hey, my friend is drunk and needs to go back home again or something, which honestly isn't unlikely at this point. And we also have a recent clip that came out of Hank promising that he's going to sort out a place for Johnny to live. I'm assuming on either his money or his family's money, because that apartment that both of them are living in is tiny. Johnny's been there for months. I can only imagine how irritating it is to live with Johnny there. And then on top of that, having to be Johnny's sugar dad while you're living in a tiny apartment with him, I can only imagine how frustrating that is. So it's not super far-fetched that he ended up calling the cops on him. And Johnny hasn't streamed since that night, so who knows? Will he stream before his next court date, or will he just show up to that court date in his pointy black gown as he was promising his chat? But I guess we'll continue to cover this as this train wreck happens, but I also have like 7 other train wrecks to cover this week, so stay tuned for the next video. And also, hey, if you're new here, feel free to subscribe. And also, we've been dropping some new collections over on Matt.City. We just actually dropped
Nice
Seoul
video.
alongside of many other cities, and we'll have many more.
I hope for that man's downfall. Yeah. What's next? What's next on the agenda? Pre-mint. Y'all want me to wait, hold on, what? Y'all want me to play Hold on. Really? Really? You want me to play? You know, I'm not very good at words, right? What was it again? Oh, yeah, it was a spelling bee. There we go. Y'all want me to play a spelling bee. Alright. I'm gonna change this. Oops. Spelling bee. Spelling bee. Spelling bee. What is a good spelling bee? This? Alright. Bet. Bet. I was running out of videos to play anyway.
Key. Dad.
Alright. Is there a difficulty?
Please spell. Now, please spell. Grill.
Yo, this is the most basic Are you kidding me? Come on.
Please spell.
Give me something harder.
Wind.
Pause. Wait, no, I don't mean that.
Please spell. Plant.
Oh, damn, they done hanged me.
Please spell. Boot. Please spell.
Oh, yeah,
Dark.
no, my stream is incapable of doing so. My PC is incapable of doing so. Alright. I just looked and my stream was lagging the hell out. Any more videos? If you don't work 996, others will do it. Diddy and Dale. AI robot starts Alan tax handler. Should we be worried? Oh, we get an AI now, huh? AI robot.
Elon went on Ted Cruz's podcast last week and said this. Listen to this.
How real is the prospect of killer?
I think it was this.
Elon went on Ted Cruz's podcast. Elon went on Ted Cruz's podcast last week and said this. Listen to this.
How real is the prospect of killer robots annihilating humanity?
20% likely, maybe
Wow.
10%.
On what time frame?
5 to 10 years.
That is an insane number. 5%, even a singular 1% is actually significantly massive. Because 5 years, you have to take into account the other 5 years, 10 years, and then another 5 years. What is that now? 3%? Bro, a 1% chance of robots annihilating humanity as a whole is actually fucking massive. And people don't quite understand that.
5 to 10 years. Wait a minute. And then I kind of laughed at that because you never know with Elon.
I know it was 20%. I heard what you said.
And the first number was not horrible. 90% chance we live and they don't destroy us. But, you know, if they do, what's happening within the next decade is alarming. But then there was this headline. It was in the Post. It was everywhere, New York Post, about violent humanoid robot snapping. Look at this in China. This is at some factory in China where it freaked out. Look at it on its alleged controller. Look at this thing for the listening audience. This thing is hanging from like a mini crane. It looks like a robot with a head and arms and so on. It's an all black robot and it's waving its arms around maniacally. Like picture an attack of killer bees. That's what it looks like is happening.
It looks like it was being attacked by a bunch of insects. Like it was surrounded by bees. Yeah, exactly what she said.
To this thing. And it's out of control. Go ahead.
This is an enormous risk. And I think Elon puts his finger on it precisely, which is there's a class.
Hold on. I need more water. Oh, no, whatever.
Elon went on Ted Cruz's podcast last week and said this. Listen to this.
How real is the prospect of killer robots annihilating humanity?
20% likely, maybe
Wow.
10%.
On what time frame?
5 to 10 years.
That is actually fucking insane. 20%. If we lowball that, and let's say it was only 1%, that's still a 1% chance of all 8 billion people on this world dead within 5 years. A 1% chance is still fucking massive. For something like
5
that.
to 10 years. Wait a minute. And then I kind of laughed at that because you never know with Elon. And the first number was not horrible. 90% chance we live and they don't destroy us. But, you know, if they do, what's happening within the next decade is alarming. But then there was this headline. It was in the Post. It was everywhere, New York Post, about violent humanoid robot snapping. Look at this in China. This is at some factory in China where it freaked out. Look at it on its alleged controller. Look at this thing for the listening audience. This thing is hanging from like a mini crane. It looks like a robot with a head.
It looks like it's being attacked by a swarm of bees. Like it disturbed the hive and now it's getting surrounded, swarmed.
And arms and so on. It's an all black robot and it's waving its arms around maniacally. Like picture an attack of killer bees. That's what it looks like is happening to this thing. And it's out of control. Go ahead.
This is an enormous risk. And I think Elon puts his finger on it precisely, which is there's a class of robot that we've used for decades, right? Like in factories, pick place machines that don't represent this risk. What is this risk? This is a humanoid robot that is completely independent in its movements and has software that can fundamentally be altered and hacked. And there is no understanding of how to create a kill switch for these things. It's not universally accepted, and it's not universally developed and understood how we could do that. So that is a tremendous risk that you could root these robots, right? You could have a foreign adversary figure out that there's an entire group of robots that are deployed in this country, hack them, root them, because they all have to be connected to the internet in some way, shape, or form, and then introduce some instruction set that causes them to be extremely violent. That is 100% likely. The question is, do they do it, or do we think about it in terms of the way we think about nuclear arms, where there's a mutually assured destruction so nobody does it? But I think Elon is right. The capability is at hand, and the more we see these humanoid robots manifest, that is probably the single biggest tail risk that it represents. It's very scary, I think.
Yeah, it's super interesting.
Let me just say this, J. Cal.
Yeah.
It starts off, you don't hire the thing when it looks scary and it's hanging on a crane. You buy it because you see articles talking about how, this is from a company called, the robot's called Protoclone, created by Clone Robotics, because they tell you it's the world's first bipedal musculoskeletal android. This is a different company and a different robot, FYI. But it shows it twitching to life and kicking and moving its arms and elbows. And what they tell you is it's going to memorize the layout of your home and kitchen inventory. It's going to wash your dishes and clothes. It's going to make sandwiches. It's going to pour drinks. It's going to set the table. It's going to hold and retrieve items. It's going to vacuum, clean, shake hands, and even talk. So fun.
It looks like those prime humans from Alien. You know, those guys, the precursors, the guys that like were human before humans.
And it's like a pet.
The architects. The architects.
All of your domestic chores, and all is well and good, J. Cal, until it freaks out like the Exhibit A.
Yeah, it's he's not being bombastic at all. Probably 15, 20, maybe 20 years ago now, I lived in Los Angeles, and I had a friend, Sam Harris. We had the same book agent, and Sam Harris, I introduced him to Elon. And the three of us used to go to dinner every other week or so at Papone's in Brentwood, and we eat some chicken parm, and we talk. And this was actually what Elon was talking about with Sam a lot. Now, they're no longer friends, but they went through one evening. We were talking about all the possible ways AI could spiral out of control. Obviously, this is one of them, or something even simpler, which is, you got a lot of terrorists out there. Terrorists typically are dumb. You very rarely have a sophisticated attack like 9/11, thank God. But imagine terrorists or people with really bad intent having access to these computers and making their version of COVID, which apparently was made in a lab, according to the New York Times and the government and everybody, and Fauci covered it up. It's conspiracy theories are...
Really? COVID was made in a lab? Was COVID... I know I'm asking Google for this, but like, oh, it's just a theory. I won't believe it until there's genuine proof of it, not just a theory.
Becoming Nobel Peace Prizes, like, very quickly these days.
Record time.
It's unbelievable. The time between it being a conspiracy theory and somebody win a Pulitzer is getting down to like 36 months now. It's weird. As journalists, right, Megan? It took like 40 years for the Catholic Church to actually admit that they were, doing horrible things. And for that to get
even then, only sort of
admit it and then pay a bunch of settlements, right? 4 decades instead of 40 months. And imagine like some bad actors decide, let's see if we can put into the large language model, et cetera. How do we make a better COVID? Or what are great ideas? How do we build nuclear bombs? How do we do this stuff? We've been able to contain that information and then contain the techniques. These things are to come up with really, really great ideas. And it used to be law enforcement would read thrillers and science fiction in order to figure out, and terrorists would do this as well, because the science fiction and the authors were really good at saying, hey, here's a crazy idea for a terrorist attack, because they're trying to get ratings or make a very compelling movie, et cetera. So there have been instances where, three-letter agencies went to specific science fiction and thriller authors to have them brainstorm this stuff. This is going to be brainstorming all kinds of bad ideas and putting it into people's heads, and we're going to have to figure it out. And Chamath's right. These robots could be rooted very easily. Self-driving cars as well. And it's exactly like the situation. These two stories parallel each other. The Facebook story of growth at all costs and don't worry about the outcome because we're in competition with LinkedIn and we're in competition with Instagram and Twitter. When you get a bunch of rabid entrepreneurs globally, fighting it out, then what happens is they're like, you know what, we'll move fast and we'll break things. In this case, if you move fast and break things, we could have very bad consequences. The people who work at OpenAI joined that company. Elon funded it in order to make sure all of the code was open sourced and that they were thinking about safety and everybody got access to it so there was parity in the world. Sam Altman, in a very selfish act, then flipped it to his own personal piggy bank where he would make unlimited amounts of capital from it and made it closed AI. This technology needs to be monitored, and you're going to have companies, because they want growth, saying, you know what, we'll risk it. And that's where sensible legislation or sensible controls would make sense, at least thoughtfulness about it. And this is why David Sachs,
because
being the
right
czar of
now,
AI, is so great, because he is thinking about these issues.
But we don't even have, the thing that's disturbing with the robots is, among other things, there's no defense. A lot of us have guns, thanks to them being an advertiser on the show. I also have Byrna, which is non-lethal self-defense. It's basically like a little chemical weapon in a bullet. So you've got a bunch of different options available to you. None of that will work on the crazed robot or robots showing up at your door trying to, we have no defense at the moment to these things. And yet we're just proceeding. I don't know if it's fair to say blindly, Chamath, but we're proceeding rapidly down the lane of empowering them.
Yeah, the problem that we have is that whenever we think about slowing this stuff down, we're faced with the scepter of a much bigger risk, which is these are national level security issues.
The reason the reason companies don't slow down in the creation or the improvement of AI and robotics is that they're such massive industries, they don't want to be left behind by others who are willing to take the risk, even if that risk is humanity as a whole. Because of that, because of human greed, they're just gonna keep going at it over and over again until eventually they create something that they shouldn't have.
And so now we have to think about us as...
And of course, they'll only stop when that happens. They'll never stop, because so long as that never happens, they'll just keep saying, oh, it hasn't happened yet.
The United States, and what do we do versus our frenemies abroad who have their own intentions with these technologies? So, us versus China is probably the best way to explain this. But in that video, your first video, Megan, that was a Chinese startup. We have our own versions of those Chinese startups. What are we to do? If they continue unabated, they look at that video and they say, it is what it is. We'll deal with the consequences of a few deaths here or there. We want this to happen. We want us to be the first country that has them. And then like Belt and Road, we will put our robots all over the world. Could you imagine if there's a class of these robots that can enable productivity and GDP growth? And instead of financing roads and waterways in Africa or in Asia, China just shows up with just boatloads and boatloads of these robots to do the work for folks and then just uplift entire societies. Imagine how much political and economic leverage they get. So when you paint it in that lens, you're in this very difficult situation, which is how do we slow people down here? And that's just a very hard thing to do. So I think that we have to find a way of going fast, embracing a handful of companies who we know has leadership we can trust. But otherwise, if we slow down, we're going to lose a much bigger race. And I think that has much bigger consequences.
I wonder if it's like the Manhattan Project, Chamath, if we need to just put every ounce of energy into winning this AI race for general, computer supremacy.
I really think it's like that, because I think if we lose the GDP war, we're going to lose all the wars. Because if you don't have technical supremacy, we will lose military supremacy and we will lose economic supremacy. And then I don't know what America does if we're second in the pecking order on anything. That's not something we've had to deal with in the last 100 years.
This July, there is a global summit of BRICS nations in Rio de Janeiro. The bloc of emerging superpowers, including China, Russia, India, and Iran, are meeting with the goal of displacing the US dollar as the global currency. They're calling this the Rio Reset, as BRICS nations push forward with their plans Some worry global demand for U.S. dollars will decrease, bringing down the value of the dollars in your savings. While this transition won't happen overnight, the Rio Reset could mark a pivotal moment. So learn if diversifying your savings into gold is right for you. Birch Gold Group can help you move your hard-earned savings into a tax-sheltered IRA in precious metals. Claim your free info kit on gold by texting MK to the number 989898. With an A-plus rating with the Better Business Bureau and tens of thousands of happy customers, let Birch Gold arm you with a free, no-obligation info kit on owning gold before July and the Rio Reset. Text MK to 989898 today.
Oh, I want to watch some Asmongold. I haven't watched that guy in a while. Asmon. Oh shit, all these videos are long as hell. I'm starving. Oh my. Oh, it got censored. Disappointing. Things got much worse. I played more Oblivion. Now I'll actually just watch this guy in my downtime. Nah. Two of my favorite YouTubers currently, Penguinzo. I just call him Penguin, honestly.
I was an ex.
Penguin. What the fuck? Asmond and Tecton. I wonder what he's up to. Wait, no. Is he even live? Is he live right now? I want to see. What time does that guy live? Damn.
Back. Are we back?
I hope this helps. Hope this helps what? Alright.
No. Because I'm tired of y'all sitting there on your ass. You're going to get up. You're going to go to the gym. And if not, you're at least going to watch this and maybe it'll motivate you. Because I care about you guys. I don't want you guys to have health issues like me. Let's get informed. Let's learn some shit of everything that you can do for a year if you train right, bro. This is Jeff Nippard. This guy's the fucking man.
For the next year, I'm going to train as perfectly as humanly possible. That means I'm going to run the most science-based, optimized plan and track every single set of every workout. No skipped workouts, no lazy sets, no exceptions.
Wait a second. I'm supposed to be reacting to Tecton. You know what? I got an idea. Yeah, make my shit smaller and literally just... Come on, give me this. Yeah, wait, hold on. If I go back here, does it look like... Come on. No, I gotta make it smaller. Come on. Gotta make my shit smaller. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah. There we go. Boom.
I'm also going to track every single calorie I eat every day for a year straight.
By the way, that shit sucks. If you've ever dieted and you counted calories, bro, it's demoralizing as shit. I fucking hate it. But it helps so much. Thankfully,
Let's start the video again.
No. Because I'm tired of y'all sitting there on your ass. You're going to get up. You're going to go to the gym. And if not, you're at least going to watch this and maybe it'll motivate you. Because I care about you guys. I don't want you guys to have health issues like me. Let's get informed. Let's learn some shit of everything that you can do for a year if you train.
Oh, yeah, I need some motivation. Also, what the fuck you mean? What the fuck you mean you're out of shape? You look... Hold on. Hold the phone. I need to search this now. I know it's kind of weird to be searching up another man's naked body, but like, That's the build my dad has. You're not build Matt, all right? That's the same build my dad has. And if I know anything, my dad's fucking invincible.
Right, bro. This is Jeff Nippard. This guy's the fucking man.
For the next year, I'm going to train as perfectly as humanly possible. That means I'm going to run the most science-based, optimized plan and track every single set of every workout. No skipped workouts, no lazy sets, no exceptions. I'm also going to track every single calorie I eat every day for a year straight.
By the way, that shit sucks. If you've ever dieted and you counted calories, bro, it's demoralizing as shit. I fucking hate it. But it helps so much. Thankfully, I'm bulking right now, and that just means I'm eating whatever the fuck I want to eat. And I'm up to 239 now. But once I hit 315, I'm back on a cut, and you're about to see me be a bitter, bitter, bitter man.
This video, I'll show you my full results. To start the experiment, I'll get a DEXA scan to measure my body fat percentage and an ultrasound to measure my muscle size. Then, after a full year of optimized training, we'll measure exactly how...
Let me rephrase it. I'm not bulking. I'm just eating whatever the fuck I want and then claiming I'm bulking.
much muscle I gained. But here's the best part. For any of you that are new to the gym, I'm going to also do the exact same experiment on my biological brother, who's a similar height as me, with the similar genetics, but here's the catch. He does not lift at all.
Yes,
He's
sir.
a completely untrained beginner. This way, we'll get to see the difference between someone who's been training for over 15 years versus someone totally new to lifting. You see, you build most of your muscle in your first few years of lifting. Then it slows down. And there's a theory out there that once you've been training for 5 or maybe 10 years, you've built all the muscle you can build. People call this your natural ceiling for muscle growth. And for the last few years, I've been thinking that I've reached it. Despite training as hard as usual, I just haven't really seen any noticeable gains in the last few years. And once you hit your natural ceiling, you have a decision to make. You can either maintain what you've built, saying goodbye to any new gains.
Nah, gotta remain natty, man.
Or you can take anabolic steroids. I've definitely thought about using steroids, but I don't want to because the side effects scare me. I also don't want to just maintain if I can still make gains. As a bodybuilder, making gains is kind of the point.
Guys, once again, I don't give a fuck if anybody does steroids or not. I just want them to be transparent on whether they're using them or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, just disclose your testosterone level. That way people can get a realistic thought of what they can look like based off of their genetics, their T levels, and how much work they put in. That's my thing. You have every right to do whatever the fuck you want with your body. Straight up. Like if you're going to expect people to be okay with body mutilation, you should be okay with people also putting in a little bit extra juice into their body, right? As long as they're, disclosing that shit.
Right? And besides, there's really no science on this so-called natural ceiling anyway. It might not even be a real thing. So for me, this experiment will answer the question of whether or not I've reached my natural ceiling, or if I simply haven't been training as hard and smart as I could be. For my brother Brad,
been on TRT, right? Yeah, still am.
A new lifter can gain in 1 year of dedicated training. Let's find out.
My T levels are 1100.
Day 1 of the experiment. We're here at McMaster University, and we're going to get a whole bunch of tests done. Then we're going to come back exactly 1 year from today and see how much muscle we built. Let's get started.
I really should have just watched the video that Tectone is watching, but now I'm kind of watching him watching the video.
To start, every good experiment needs a good hypothesis. And upon deeper reflection, I think I have not reached my natural ceiling for muscle growth. I think that if I really give it my all,
this guy's fucking huge.
Year, I'll see some new growth. And to set the
standard content glitch
high, I'm going to take an ambitious guess at how much muscle I'll gain this year. I'm going to guess.
Someone tag Tectone on this video. Make him react to my reaction to his reaction to this video. Start a chain.
That I will gain 4 pounds of muscle. I think Brad will gain double that, 8 or 9 pounds of muscle. I'm going to say 9 pounds of muscle. What do you guys think?
I bet you he's going to gain 16. I bet this guy's going to look like a fucking freak in one.
Oh, we're betting? All right. About 12. In the middle ground. I've actually seen some people go from like not this exact same build, but a lot fatter and gain like 15 pounds of muscle. But I'm going to lowball it a little and go for 12.
1 year, easily.
Is that ambitious? Is that too much?
I think 4 pounds of muscle is quite a bit. I mean,
do you know who I am?
It might be undershooting a bit. For you, man, natural bodybuilding, it's hard, man.
Challenge accepted. So with my own research team as my biggest haters, we got our starting measures.
I cannot believe how good Jeff looks being completely natural. Like, this dude looks like his body is formed by the gods himself.
So Take that, internet. Says 5'2". First up, we use this
wanna
DEXA
see his
machine
back.
to measure our starting body fat percentage and lean mass.
So what did you predict you were at?
I think I said 14.
Do you see the
DEXA
curves
machine
on
to
this
measure our
man?
starting body fat percentage
Like,
and lean.
look at that. Damn. I'm not gay, but that's looking like a snack.
So what did you predict you were at?
I think I said 14.6. It said that I was 15.8%.
I mean, everyone likes
body fat.
buff
That was a
men,
bit higher
right?
than I expected.
Man,
I thought
woman,
I'd be
doesn't
closer
matter.
to 13 or 14%. But hey, maybe I'll get that down by the end. It also said I had 132.7 pounds of lean mass. Lean mass includes your muscle mass, but it also includes your organs and body weight. After that, we got our muscle thickness measured using ultrasound. This device sends sound waves through your body that reflect back, creating echoes that can generate an image of how thick the muscle is. We did thickness measurements for our biceps.
Damn, bro,
Brad's
that's
starting
cool
body
as
fat was
fuck.
36.2%, also higher than both of us thought. Most people probably do think they're leaner than they actually are. We're also doing regular posing updates to assess our visual progress. So Brad and I made our own posing room to make sure we'll have the exact same lighting and angle for the before and the after. For our first workout of the experiment, we're doing an upper body session, and this is the split we'll be running all year. It's a mix between an upper-lower split and a push-pull leg split. Upper on Monday, lower on Tuesday. Those are the more strength-focused workouts.
Yeah, I'm be real, man. Every day for me is upper day. Yep. Why the fuck would why would I train legs if I weigh 300 pounds? Like, I do that by walking. Like, why would I train it?
My favorite thing to do is calisthenics. Yeah, it's mostly just because I'm broke as fuck. I don't got money to get into a gym, so I gotta deal with whatever the fuck I have, and whatever the fuck I have is my body. So, calisthenics. That's really all I do.
I'm good. I'll just train upper body every day, man.
Then we'll take a rest day, followed by 3 hypertrophy-focused workouts. A push day, chest, shoulders, and triceps. A
Why
pull
would I
day,
want to
back
work
and
out my
biceps,
legs if my
and another
chat
leg
never
day.
sees them?
Now, at this point, you may be wondering exactly what I'm doing differently this year. If I've been training already for 15 years, what am I doing differently for this experiment that I wasn't doing already? Well, with training, there are 3 new things. First, I'm taking the last set of every single exercise to failure.
Jesus.
No exceptions. Even on heavy compound lifts like presses and squats, I'm pushing that last set until I physically cannot get the weight up and literally drop, obviously using safety bars. I don't know if failure makes a big difference for hypertrophy, but the latest science definitely shows a trend. The harder you push, the more growth you tend to see.
I don't understand people. This might just be a me problem or like a me thought, but I don't understand when people say pushing yourself till failure is hard. It's easy as fuck. As a matter of fact, I love doing. I don't know why, but I feel a sense of high whenever I push my body to the point that I feel like I'm dying. Not just to the point that I'm dying, I physically am just dying. Like by the point that I finish doing anything, I just lie on the floor. I can't even get up. Like I can't even bother to get onto the couch and sit down.
I don't know how anybody would disagree with that doing more work yields more results. Like, how would anybody disagree?
Leave 1 or 2 reps in the tank on compound exercises.
I love working till failure. Although I don't really have much muscle.
On the last set, and I still think that's a good idea for most people. But I want to go ham this year, leaving no uncertainty of whether I could have done more. Second, I'm only doing optimal exercises. If it doesn't build maximum muscle, I'm not doing it. Third, I'm meticulously tracking all my weights for progressive overload. My goal is to add a little weight or a rep each week. Now, since Brad's a beginner, I have to ease him into the workouts. So we're starting with 1 set per exercise in week 1, 2 sets in week 2, and then 3 sets from week 3 on. And yes, he has to run the exact same program as me for scientific control. It's definitely a bit too advanced for him, but I think he can do it for science.
Yeah, he got a good bit of natural strength,
That's how we know
man.
you're a new lifter.
I'm proud of this
That is
guy.
your body saying, what are you doing right now?
How much can I weigh? I can comfortably lift about a bag of rice, like a whole bag, a sack of rice. I can comfortably lift a sack of rice.
I have not done this.
For that first week of training, my main priority is just getting Brad familiar with the technique on the different exercises in our program.
Although the only reason I can do that is probably because I do that in order to actually buy the rice about I wouldn't say a mile away, like a fourth of a mile away. Well, yeah, a fourth of a mile away is where we buy our rice, and we typically buy whole bags of rice. So I have to buy that shit, put it over my shoulder, and just walk home. I can do it in about 2. Sometimes when I'm in a rush, I can do it in 1 whole go without putting down the bag. But
all you're gonna do?
This is the funnest part of the gym, man. I love when I had to figure shit out. Every time I do a new exercise, it's always so exciting. People get nervous about this shit, but I love it.
Just stick your butt back as you lower the bar straight down with straight legs. Good. And then up.
Oh, that's it?
That's it. That's the whole movement.
Oh, okay.
Don't bring the bar out in front. Lower it straight down. It's not going to hit your knees because you're
I know for
moving your
bench
butt
press
back.
for me,
There you
it
go.
was like,
That's
it was just
That's already
getting
up.
over
And you
the
can
fear
stop
of the
about
bar.
just below knee height. So stop about
After
there.
I got over the fear of the bar, I
We're
jumped
not
up
doing any
40
failure training
pounds
in
on
week
my,
1
on
or
my
2
left.
just to get adjusted. The real failure work is going to start in week 3.
Fear of the gym is the biggest thing holding people back.
Week of training down. But I enjoy it more than maybe I even thought I would. Yeah.
You go solo with friends, I go with somebody
Now
every
it's just
time.
repeating
I
that
never go to the gym alone.
52 times. All right.
But I got like people on call like nonstop. Like I got like 20 homies that I can hit up anytime. They'll meet me anywhere. It's really nice. I consider myself very fortunate.
Nice. Well, 51. Oh, 51 times now.
Well, it's more like
By
16
week 3,
these
we were
days.
cruising. The initial soreness from starting a new program had settled down, and before we knew it, it was time for our first check-in.
But going to the gym alone, it's great. It's therapeutic. You can meditate.
12, baby, 12.
This was shocking.
12.
After just 1 month of training, Brad is already up 12.7
Oh!
pounds of lean mass.
Damn!
Body fat percentage dropped from 36.2% down to
I didn't watch this video. I didn't watch this video. I did not watch this video. I completely guessed that. Bro, I completely guessed that shit. I am a natural burn. I should go get a ticket right now. Bro, I am a natural born gambler. I gotta buy the lottery. Hold up. Give me a second. Just kidding. But no, seriously, I did not watch this video prior. I guessed that shit completely. I'm live right now, alright? You saw me click the video.
33.4%.
Damn!
Tectone's gotta pay me like $50 now. That's how much I bet, right? That's how much I bet.
Showed he gained 14 millimeters on his quads and 1 millimeter on his biceps.
In a month?
1 month.
Bruh. Nicely done, dude. Holy crap. I gotta tell mom that.
But my 1 month results were even more surprising.
So, wait, how much lean did I gain?
1,400 grams of lean mass, fat-free
Okay, so
mass.
1.4 kilos.
Of lean mass.
Believe it or not, I'm also up just over 3 pounds of lean mass.
How
Unlike
in the
Brad, I
fuck?
did gain a little fat. My body fat went from
I
15.8%
see.
up to 16.7%.
Okay.
So with that check-in as a massive motivator, Brad and I got back to work. And in 5 months, we'll finish our bulking phase and do another check-in. People say
Holy
that bulking is
shit.
pointless because you just get fat. So how fat will we get? That's what we'll see in 5 months. At the 9-month mark, we'll do a third check-in. This will be the end of our recomp phase, where we'll try to build muscle and lose fat at the same time. Most people say that's impossible for advanced lifters, but I want to see for myself. Then after 12 months, we'll do our final update. This will be the end of our cut phase. I want to get back down to my starting body weight to see if I'll actually keep the muscle that I gained during my bulk, or if I just lose it all again and look exactly the same as before.
That's
You may
fucking
also be
awesome.
wondering what we're doing for our diet. Obviously, we're both eating the exact same calories and macros. 3,000 calories.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it a buck, bro. I eat these things called Mighty Pancakes every morning, and they're not healthy by any means. But I just eat them because they taste good. Also, zero sugar syrup is a fucking life hack, bro. It's so good. Zero sugar condiments, zero sugar syrups, zero sugar sodas. Bro, they're the best.
Calories, 150 grams of protein, 410 grams
I eat anything my grandma cooks.
of carbs, and 85 grams of fat per day. And this is what a typical day of bulking meals looks like for me, if you want to pause and screenshot. All this means that I'm eating about 15% above my maintenance calories, and I'm aiming to gain around 2 pounds per month. Now,
They promote cancer? Yeah, bro. You're the type of guy who bought snake oil back in the day. I don't know what to tell you. If you still think that artificial sugars cause cancer in 2025, I don't really know what to tell you, man. May God.
If artificial sugars were to cause any sort of literally any sort of physical harm or chemical harm to a person, they would not be allowed to circulate in the food industry. The FDA would shut it down immediately. And people would actually be reporting on that shit. Where's the proof? All right, where's the proof?
God have mercy on your soul.
obviously, Brad shouldn't be bulking at 33% body fat. To get his best possible transformation, I should absolutely put him in a 5 to 20% caloric deficit and have him lose fat while building muscle. But I can't do that. If Brad's in a deficit while I'm in a surplus, that's an uncontrolled variable. And we need every variable to be the same except our training experience. So, unfortunately for Brad, he has to eat the same calories as me for science.
And I didn't realize I eat so much fat. Every night it's like, I've run out of fat, but I got like 30 carbs left. So I just gotta drink a glass of orange juice. I've just been staring at this orange juice now for like 10 minutes. I really just don't want to drink it. I kind of hate orange juice now.
Yo, what are you talking about? I could chug a whole carton of orange juice in one sitting for for no explainable reason whatsoever.
Every single day, we're tracking every
It'd be
calorie.
like
we
that.
Weirdest thing has happened. I was having this dream about like work. I went out to lunch. I realized that I didn't track the calories or anything for the lunch that I just had, and it was like fast food too. And there was like a bag of like Skittles or something that I was eating, and I was trying to like scan it with my phone while my coworker was like talking to me and stuff and getting angry. And
What
then
are
I
we
dropped
doing?
some, and like it literally just like landed in like a pile of dirt. And I was like, oh, I don't have a scale, so like how am I gonna know how many grams of candy I just lost and all this stuff? So I guess I've started dreaming about counting calories now.
It sounds like a lot of work, especially for someone new to tracking macros, but because we've been using my nutrition app Macro Factor, it's super easy. The app has a fast barcode scanner that quickly pulls up the macros, and it has multi-food.
Wow, I love this app. I'm gonna go download it today.
I'm not subscribed to Tectone on this account. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Different account. Different account.
Minutes a day to get everything tracked. It's the app we're both using.
Man, that's
every day for the whole
amazing.
year. And if you'd like to try it out for yourself, I'll put a free 2-week
I
trial.
would like to try it myself,
Just
in
use
fact.
code Jeff when you download the app, and you'll get 2 weeks for free. Whether you
Wow.
build muscle, lose fat, or do both at the same time, the app will use advanced algorithms to scientifically
That's
guarantee
amazing.
that you reach your goal as long as you follow the plan. All you have to do is track what you eat and log your weight. That's it. Sleep is another big part of this experiment. Brad and I both wear an Oura ring
That's
every
so
night,
hard.
aiming for 8 to 9 hours of sleep, and we're trying to go to sleep and wake up around the same time as well to set our circadian rhythm. New research shows that it's not just about the total sleep you get, your sleep-wake schedule also matters. Supplements are a small part of this, but here's the list of supplements that we're both taking if you want to pause and read.
Ashwagandha, I don't fuck with that anymore. Maybe have heart issues. Vitamin D, multivitamin, magnesium, I love all that. Fish oil I take. Oh, they just take caffeine pre-workout. Maybe I should do that. Maybe I should just swap to water and just take a pill of caffeine in the morning. That could be cool. I'm also not doing any protein powder. Maybe I should take more. I am on creatine though.
No steroids, obviously.
I don't take caffeine. No, not just I don't take caffeine. I just don't take it entirely. I don't drink coffee. I fucking hate the taste of coffee. Like, why do y'all like that? It doesn't taste good. I know this is like a hot take and all, but like, seriously.
Yeah.
I am on creatine.
Just
It
kidding.
doesn't taste
I
good.
think. Okay, so this is our full plan, and for the next 5 months, we're just going to follow it.
Drive it. Go again. Get a big breath. Come on, push it.
Come on.
Push it.
No! Fuck.
I'm 2 months into the experiment, and I'm doing a 3-week writing retreat in Mexico with Steph. Wow. This is where I'm going to finish writing my first hard copy book. Travel always throws me off a bit for the first couple days, but once I found a really cool gym and a grocery store, I was able to lock in. And while there are more temptations and very delicious tacos and tequila down here, with a 3,000 calorie per day bulking budget, I was able to fit in a little Mexican delicacy without any issues. One of the beauties of bulking.
Hell
After Mexico,
yeah.
one of the hardest things for me was balancing the training I needed
Big
to shoot
man.
for videos and balancing my own actual off-camera training. A few of the tier list videos took me 7 or 8 hours to film with all those exercises, and then I'd still have to actually train after. But for this year, regardless of what I'm filming, I'm still getting all my workouts in. Yesterday I did a collab with Jesse James West. We filmed a few workouts for his channel. Normally I would count that as my workout, whereas yesterday, after we
Man, big buff men touching each other, supporting each other at the gym is the kind of energy I wish I had.
filmed for a couple hours, got a bite to eat, and then
No
did my
homo.
workout even though like I really didn't want to. It's those little things, like those workouts that you want to skip but don't skip. It's the sets where you don't want to push yourself but you do it anyway.
Yep.
I think that those things can really add up and make a big difference.
But I remember I felt so good the other day where I just went to the gym, and I usually make it a point to do 5 exercises every time. 3 to 4 sets, 5 different exercises every single fucking time. I just went in and I did 13. And man, I felt like a god. Like I worked lower body, I worked upper body, I worked arms, chest, back, legs. Bro, it was so fucking nice, man. It's so nice.
And that's something that I've definitely learned on this experiment so far.
Speaking of which, I'm trying to figure out what you guys want. I'm legit. I mean this genuinely. I want a new tattoo, really bad. I mean this genuinely. If you guys send me good tattoos for this area, I will just go and get it. Straight up.
Beans. Tectone. Add beans. A can of beans. Heinz. Beans. Beans. I don't know why beans, alright? Don't ask me why beans. I like beans. I just want beans. Beans. Just put beans on there. Beans.
Yeah, but I want something fucking awesome. Like, I was thinking, like, getting, like, my flesh torn off and then putting, like, a holy scripture underneath with, like a lot of the principles that I, like, live my life by.
Bees
Life
are
sucks,
pretty
then you
fucking
die.
cool, man.
Or every day I wake up is a good day.
I did a light deload week in April. Not only is this a good idea regardless, but I was starting to get sick.
paused
and
my
body
game to
was
be here,
definitely
yeah.
overworking. I'm actually not feeling too well today, and so this is going to be the first day that I
about a
skip
big
a workout
33? It's not big
that I
enough. I
have
want something
scheduled.
crazy tomorrow.
Yeah, if I went to the gym today, I just know it would be a subpar workout, whereas if I rest today and then go tomorrow, I'll probably perform much better, or hopefully anyway. So just want to do a quick little update on that. After the deload, Brad, my dad, and I did a boys' trip to Arizona. I hadn't seen Brad for a while, so it was great to link up and get into a good workout together.
Arizona.
Drive. Come on, Brad. Come on. You can do it.
Yeah, I wanted to take a day trip, so I went to Detroit. What the fuck?
That was great. That was good.
My dad immediately commented on how much bigger I'm looking, and that's definitely true when I'm wearing clothes. But I think
Fuck you mean by that?
I'm actually looking softer and kind of smaller in my posing updates. Brad is definitely up in weight too, but the main thing I noticed is that he's so much stronger. It's kind of insane. He's actually getting close to using some of the weights that I'm using on back exercises. That's definitely his strong point. Today we went for a hike in Sedona, and I was
Yeah, I'll be real. I completely shit stomped Shinya and everything, but he's very close to me in tricep strength. Shinya's specialty is definitely triceps.
starting to worry that maybe we were both gaining a bit too much weight. I decided to have a heart-to-heart check-in with Brad.
The cardio is not quite there yet.
What would you say is something...
Bro has to grow a beard. He has to grow a beard. Like, look at this. Like you've already got a preview of what you would look like if you grew a beard. Why the fuck ain't you growing a beard? Did I just say beard? In any case, beard, man, beard.
that you're most surprised by so far?
I'm noticing that my social anxiety is almost gone completely, and that was debilitating at times. Like you would go to a store.
Oh yeah, one of the things people say this a lot, but that working out just trains not only your physical strength but your social and spiritual strength too. It really improves your self-esteem, your trust in yourself. People say that a lot, but they don't quite understand just by how much. And by people, I mean people who don't work the fuck out. You know, people who live in their couches.
I'm the same, man. I go to every party completely stone cold sober. Like, straight up, I don't get any anxiety at all. Like, everybody I speak with confidence. It does not matter to me. Like, everybody, I was like, oh, God, I'm so nervous. Let me get a little bit tipsy. I'm like, nah, I'm good, man. I'll have water. And then I just go. It's so nice. I got social anxiety, too. Bro, go to the gym. It'll get rid of that shit.
And you just turn around in the parking lot.
Only reason I would be able to talk to someone with full confidence is because I only talk to people I fucking know.
And be like, yeah, not today. But now I don't even find myself like thinking about anything as I'm like going up to a counter, or if I'm approaching like customer services, I'll just go ask for something now. Before I was like, I'm figuring this out myself because I'm not getting any help.
This was a light bulb moment for me. This entire time, I've been so focused on the visual gains, I almost forgot about all the other life-changing benefits of lifting weights.
True.
Boy, let's go. Nice shot.
I mean this genuinely, guys. Going to the gym is the best decision you can make in your life. It'll affect you mentally, physically, financially, even career-wise.
Financially, it'll definitely affect me, man. I'm broke as fuck. I can't go to the gym.
This world is skin deep, right? So the better you look, the more opportunities you get. That's a fact. Everybody knows it. And all you guys who are saying, oh, I'm single, bro, I'm telling you, you get attractive, easier to get a girlfriend. And gym girls are great. Gym rats are crazy. Yeah, so like I'm telling you boys, like it's a great place to build confidence, make friends, develop social skills, get a girlfriend, change your life. It's
People really be saying shit like, I don't want a girlfriend who's like buff as fuck, like bigger than me, stronger than me. Like y'all acting like they aren't some of the most beautiful women you've ever seen. Like the fuck? Like I would want to be cradled in a woman's arms. I need not explain anymore.
Really nice.
Back from Arizona, and it's time to buckle down before our 6 months check.
I'm single. That's
Only
because
got
you're
2
too good
months
for
left
women,
before
Val.
the end of my bulk, and at this point, I'm feeling more motivated than ever. I definitely have some size on. Brad's feeling motivated too. He's much more of a night owl than me, so he'll often train later at night, but he still hasn't skipped a single workout, even if it means going to the gym at 3 a.m.
Going so late the lights are off.
That's
there you
insane.
go. Walking in and all the lights turning off.
Hold on, is TikTok live right now? I just thought about that. Twitch. Twitch. Fuck, he's not. Fuck. Damn.
Back.
It was
Are
a
we
live
back?
stream.
Are we good?
Are you?
Are we good? Are we good?
Are you?
Are we
Oh,
good?
wait,
Yo,
now
chat,
it's
refresh.
Damn.
Thanks so much for watching.
Oops.
And just like that, the end of the bulk, and it's time to see.
See, I like going right at like 5, 6 p.m. That way there's a ton of attractive women there, and that way my ego won't let me skimp out on sets because I don't want to look like a pussy. Right? I like when the other people hold me accountable while I'm there.
How much muscle we
Just the woman? Nah, I go there with the men. At least I would go there with the men because I don't have the money, you know, I don't got the money to actually pay for the gym membership. But if that was me, I would go there with the men because you can't disappoint the boys, right? You can't disappoint the fellow men. You don't want to be you don't want to be looked down upon. A lesser specimen.
put on and how much fat you put on. All right, dude. Ready for the 6-month physique check-in? Yeah. Let's do it. Give me a flex.
Let's face it. These women will never compliment you. All right. These women will never say, "Yo, nice muscle, nice bulk you got there. Yo, come on, one more rep." They won't hype you up like that. But man, trust me, they will. They will.
Give me a shoulder flex.
He looks so much better. It's insane. Like once.
Damn, you can actually see the
So
difference.
much better.
Look at that. Curvature right there. Boom. Fuck, I want to start bulking, but like, I don't have the money to get into a proper gym, so all I gotta do is calisthenics. I'm trying to eat right, alright? I'm trying.
Better, it's insane. Like once he loses that neck fat, he's gonna look crazy.
Pounds. Yeah. How many of those pounds for you are lean out of the 15? Say 3.
Like, dude, he's already fitting in that, dude. Damn.
3 pounds were lean.
If he wore this exact same fit, this exact same fit at the beginning of the video, we could easily compare.
More than that. At the end of the 6-month bulk, Brad is up 13 pounds of lean mass. And his body fat percentage is down 1.2%.
Hell yeah!
36.2%.
Bro, if he's losing weight on a bulk when he cuts, he's gonna look fucking nuts.
Beginning to 35.0% now, and that's while eating 3,000 calories per day. It really goes to show the power of building muscle. I was a little confused at first though, because when you look at his 1-month data, it looks like he gained 12.7 pounds of lean mass in that first month, which means he only gained another 0.3 pounds of lean mass in the next 5 months? Probably not. Remember that lean mass includes muscle and water. And so I think a lot of Brad's initial gains were actually water gains from taking creatine for the first time, and from getting rammed into a high-volume
100%.
training
program. Regardless, his 6-month trend shows impressive body recomposition, being up
Hey, I'm still right though. I got 12.
13 pounds of lean mass while being down 1.2% body fat.
Yep.
Okay, my turn.
You get the results? Are they in?
They're in.
After 6 months of fully optimized training, and with more than 15 years of training already under my belt, I added 4.5 pounds of lean mass. The thing was, I also
That's not
gained,
bad.
ready for this? 11 pounds of fat. That's a bit much. It means my body fat went from 15% at the beginning to just over 20% now.
Damn,
I'm
fatty!
kind of excited to cut down and see how much muscle I retain.
Holy
But
shit!
let's put this in context.
Bro worked out for 6 months just to get fatter.
If we pretend this chicken breast is my lean mass and this pile of lard is my fat mass, this is what I put on my body during the bulk. Again,
Damn.
not all my lean mass is pure muscle tissue.
We gotta get
Some
rid
it
of
is
that
water.
shit.
But yes, I did put on 4.5 pounds of lean mass.
Hell
But
yeah.
I also put on this big pile of fat. So now the real question is, what will happen if I lose all this extra fat? Will I keep this new muscle that I added, or will I lose that too?
Well, let's see.
6 months of that. So for the recomp phase, we're dropping our calories down to 2,800 calories per day, which MacroFactor says is our new maintenance intake. And these will be our new macros to follow for the next 3 months. And again, our goal for this phase is to gain muscle and lose fat at the same time while maintaining our weight. A few weeks into the recomp phase, the first thing I notice is that my strength is basically hitting a plateau. It's not a big deal. I'm still pushing just as hard. I'm just not seeing my numbers go up every week like I was during the bulk. But I do feel like my physique is tightening up a bit. Definitely think when I cut down, I'm going to be a lot fuller, rounder, have better shape, because I can notice the increase in muscularity now, even at a higher body fat. Once I trim the body fat off,
You know, when I start bulking, when I eventually get the money to start bulking, I'm gonna look fucking insane. I've got long arms, all right? My arm to body ratio in length is fucking massive. All right, I got the wingspan of a damn plane.
I think it's actually going to be a pretty big difference, honestly. I feel better about it than I expected to. 1 month into the recomp phase, Brad and I went to Japan for 3 weeks. So for this,
They must have fucked up their life like everybody else who goes to Japan. I fucked up my life. We're going to Japan, boys. Boys, a 1 month trip to Japan does not fix your shit life.
trip, also I got a haircut. For this trip, we're going to do as much walking as possible because we're in recomp mode. So we're not going to take the escalator. We're going to actually walk. We had an absolute blast. But the trip was our biggest challenge yet.
What was that? What figure was that?
We had an absolute blast.
I can't.
The trip was our biggest challenge yet, especially diet-wise. I found it hard to get enough protein in, and we both got a little more flexible with our diet than would have been truly optimal. Tuna.
That shit looks good as fuck, huh?
Can I try it?
Oh, that was so good. Right? That's so good.
We still got everything tracked, and I don't think we got.
Bro, I heard Japan, you can get like Michelin star grade sushi from like a street vendor. And like I'm just sitting here wondering like why the fuck do I not just move there, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like I go to Soto and I spend like $110 on sushi that apparently in Japan would cost me like $10. And like I'm so jealous, bro, it's ridiculous.
Not too far off.
Real story. My aunt lives in Japan, and she would periodically come to the Philippines here where I live, and she would bring sushi with her, like whole cartons of sushi. It was the best fucking sushi I had ever had. Like, compare any other sushi to actual Japan-made sushi, and you won't even be able to compare them anymore. All right, it's like it's actually bad how massive the difference is. It's so good that you don't want to eat any other type of sushi other than the Japan-made sushi. It's really fucking good.
But we were a bit more lenient.
Mind you, that sushi was not fresh. All right, it was in that carton for a week. No, not a week. Maybe like 3 days, 4 days.
Than usual.
But
And sushi
still.
was definitely the highlight. I've never had such delicious fish in my life. All right, it's our first workout in Japan. We're gonna switch over to a full body split. Full body, 3 days a week. And that'll just allow us to get in slightly more efficient workouts and not spend quite so much time in the gym so we can actually enjoy Japan. Tokyo was a gorgeous city, so clean and futuristic. We also got to see some incredible shrines and parks in Kyoto.
I want to fucking go, man. Damn. But also, like, low-key, I'm so happy with Austin. I think I'm, like, just happy living in ignorance.
Once we got back home, we switched back to the tried and true upper-lower push-pull legs hybrid split.
What is this? First time sub. Just want to say you've inspired me to lose 156 pounds, so thank you for that. Brother, I didn't do shit. But congratulations, man. That's fucking awesome, bro. Good for you.
Still taking the last set of every exercise to failure. Oh, yeah. Let's see that fifth one. Smoke it. Smoke it. Slow down again. You got another one. I know you do. Go down one more time now. I'm with you, okay? I'm with you.
Get it, big dog.
Drive it.
Yeah.
Come on, dude. Come on. Good job.
Oh, God. Oh, it hurts so much. Oh, I don't know where to go.
I was maintaining my weight at around 180 pounds, and I felt like my physique was looking a bit sharper. The month of September flew by, and it was time for our post-recomp check-in.
Okay,
Did I manage to
damn,
gain
that 3
muscle
months
and
went
lose
by-
fat at the same
went by
time,
fast.
or did I just spin my wheels for the last 3 months? Let's find out.
Moment of truth.
Turns out, I actually lost 0.8 pounds of lean mass since our last check-in. That's within the DEXA's margin of error, but it's still a bit disappointing. It's also kind of what I expected. At my level of advancement, I think you really need at least a slight caloric surplus to keep muscle growth moving. Maintenance calories probably just won't cut it. I guess it's also
True.
possible that switching to the full body split and our time in Japan
See, that's why I eat 2,000 calories over my maintenance every day. And it's because I'm bulking, guys. I need to get stronger.
threw me off a bit, but I was still training super hard and I was still eating a high protein diet. So I really just think that maintenance calories wasn't enough to drive new growth for me, at least not within 3 months. On the upside, I did lose half a pound of fat, so my body fat percentage dropped ever so slightly. Brad's results were a bit better. He lost 3.5 pounds of fat, and he's got his body fat percentage down to 33.8%. And that's despite not actually doing a fat loss phase yet. He did lose 0.7 pounds of lean mass since the last check-in, but that's also within the margin of error, and I suspect that if there was any loss, it's probably not actual muscle tissue, especially since he didn't lose any strength.
Yep.
You see, at every check-in, we've also been testing our muscle strength using this Biodex isokinetic dynamometer.
Oh, that's
Basically,
fucking
just press
sick.
against this foot pad as hard as you can, and the computer measures how hard you pushed.
That is so fucking cool.
Since the beginning of the
that's the
experiment,
kind of face I make whenever I try pushing out the biggest fucking log in my life.
and Brad's strength has trended up. My strength also trended up, but not by as much as Brad's. And at my last check-in, it was down a bit. So this time, I was determined to have my best strength test yet. I buckled myself into the machine.
Can't let
and
your
on
fucking
command,
brother
I pressed
beat
as
you,
hard
alright?
as I possibly could.
Sibling rivalry over here. Bro's turning
I got
into
a
a
massive
tomato.
isokinetic dynamometer PR
Oh!
of 359.2.
Yeah,
that would take 3
dude!
minutes though, so I buckled back in for round 2.
Big man.
Come on, one.
No, hold on. I felt something really weird in my knee. And I injured my knee. Partially torn tendon. So that sucks. I'm leaving this recomp phase not only having gained 0 muscle in the last 3 months, but with a freshly injured knee. So I just finished up the first workout, basically the first rehab workout after I injured my knee.
Fuck
Basically
that.
using lighter weights with a really slow tempo for now. So I've been using a 3-second negative, pause in the stretch, 3-second positive. That will keep some tension on the quads, but it just pales in comparison to the intensity and the load that I normally use. Not an ideal way to kick off the cut, but this is just a normal part of training. I think you could make the case that the more you try to optimize, the higher your risk of having a setback is as well.
Yeah.
Even though
Good that he noticed it, though. It's better that you notice that you're injured and stopped than you notice that you're injured and still kept trying. It's better. That's a no-brainer, though. That's a no-brainer. The fact that he noticed it, though, is really good. Props on him on that. I mean, considering how loud it was in that room, he was grunting, people were shouting, and he was really pushing it. The fact that he could feel that, really good.
in this case, I don't think it had anything to do with my training.
If I was there personally, I probably wouldn't have felt that I had a partial tear.
I think it was
probably
just
wouldn't have felt
being
it.
fasted, not having
And I would have really lost my knee.
anything to eat, and then having to go and do
that
an
sucks,
all-out
dude.
isometric strength test is probably not like the safest thing in the world. And we also, because of like time constraints and everything, didn't do any warm-up before that test. So like, regardless, it is what it is. It
probably
happens.
a
Could've been worse.
misplay, man.
My
Probably a
physiotherapist said
misplay.
it'd probably be at least a month or two of rehab. So I did my best to keep things optimistic and really just focus on getting all the excess fat off and finishing off this experiment as strong as I can, given the circumstances. It's officially time to start the cut.
Well, good news is I was kind of more invested in his brother's journey as well. So I kind of like, I'll never be where Jeff Nippert is ever. I accept that. I'm kind of interested where his brother ends up at.
I'm tired of having extra weight on, and I'm excited to get into some cleaner eating and just like.
I want to see what 3 months of perfect
Yeah, for a
cutting
cut,
looks
we're
like on
dropping
bro.
down 2,200 calories per day, and bumping our protein up to 190 grams.
Damn, bro, they gonna be eating nothing.
Bro.
It's actually really exciting to have a new goal, and I'm pumped to see Brad finally start his weight loss journey. About a month into the cut, my motivation
My ass when I eat less than 1,200 calories every day for my cut, losing 45 pounds in a month, that shit was crazy.
really started to ramp up. I had to train my quads with really light weights for a while, but my strength was starting to come back. I was also finally getting to see the gains that I'd made during the bulk, and the fat was melting off. Since it worked so well during the bulk, we decided to keep going with the upper-lower push-pull leg split, swapping out a few exercises, but keeping the overall structure the same. For my own recovery, I started stopping about 1 rep shy of failure on compound lifts. That's just because I really didn't want an upper body injury to deal with too, and with less calories, you do need to be a little more careful. I'm still
Yeah.
pushing the last sets of all the isolation exercises to failure though. And with some good visual changes happening, we were both determined to hold on to as much of that muscle we built as humanly possible. At the 1 year mark, Brad and I aren't quite back to our starting body weight yet, and I really need us to both get back to the weight we started the experiment at for the true test of net muscle gain. I don't want to rush things and crash diet either, since I know that can accelerate muscle
Holy
loss.
fuck, bro. His vacuum is insane.
Until March, under the assumption that we're both giving it 100%. If you're in, I'm in.
Yeah, man, 100%. So we locked back in for another 2 months. And it was time for the final check-in.
Wait, they went 5
Here it
months
is.
cut as a bonus because the injury? That's fucking sick.
Come on, show me.
I am so excited to see his progress.
I'm so excited for this to be done.
Bro, you can tell by his jawline how much weight he lost.
Not just his jaw, his neck too, bro.
He looks like a different person. That's insane. He looks like a good-looking dude. In a year, bro, he looks amazing, and he could have cut more weight. But he was doing this shit for science. No, that's insane. Good for him.
I hope that by the end of this, he continues. I really hope this becomes a habit. I mean, after a whole year, I would be so surprised if this didn't just become a habit of his.
It's been so long. It blew my mind that we both nailed the weigh-ins exactly to the decimal. I started this experiment at 164.6 pounds, and I'm ending it just over 1 year later at exactly 164.6 pounds. The question is, am I carrying more muscle now? Let's start with Brad's final results. All right, Brad.
Bro, look at him,
Carrying
bro.
more muscle now. Let's start with
He looks like a different human being. What the fuck? He looks insane.
Brad's final results. All right, Brad. Any final words? Nope.
And that's just with a year. Look at this.
After the cut, he has
49.
Wow, that's good. So he's up 4 kilos of lean mass.
Hell yeah.
That means from the start of the experiment to now, he's up 10 pounds of lean mass and down, get this, 10 pounds of fat mass.
Look at that. The face alone. Bro, I gotta get to a gym, man.
Damn, good for him, bro.
That's incredible. And his final strength test was also his best ever. Perhaps even cooler though, his Oura Ring is now saying that his heart health has improved by about 4 years. Amazing stuff.
That's fucking
4 years for 1 year? Damn, that is worth it.
amazing, bro. Good for him.
Okay, and as for me, I just want fries, chicken burger, fries, and just some really good tequila, bro. Okay, so from the beginning of the experiment to the end of the experiment, at the exact same body weight, I gained 2.7 pounds of lean mass.
All right,
Good
all right.
for him, man. That's
Not
a
bad.
lot of work for a year to gain 2.5 pounds of muscle, but that's insane at his level of expertise. That's nuts.
That may not sound like much to some of you.
At his stage of his at the stage his body is in, the fact that he gained that much still pretty fucking insane, not gonna lie.
But think about it.
And you have to take into account that he got a knee injury.
This is what the lean mass I added would look like if it were ribeye steaks.
Yeah, no, that's crazy, man. Good for him.
So that's basically like putting on almost 4 huge steaks worth of tissue in 1 year.
Yeah, that's fucking awesome, man. Good for him.
And at just under 5'5", adding that much tissue across...
Damn, you even got the vein over here. Yo, that's the kind of punch that might actually blow a hole through someone.
Across my body is going to make a visual difference. I
looks
definitely see the
good.
biggest difference
He
in my
looks
chest
really
and my back,
good.
but I see some gains in my shoulders and hamstrings too. Now, if you remember, the reason I cut down is because I really wanted to see how much muscle I'd retain from my bulk.
That's a scary looking man.
So at the end of my bulk, I was up 4.5 pounds of lean mass, and now I'm still up 2.7 pounds of lean mass. So yes, I did retain most of those gains while cutting down. I kept more than half the lean mass that I put on, which I think is pretty solid. I'm also leaner now. I started the experiment at 15.8% body fat, and now I'm down to 14.5% body fat. So not only did I shred all the 11 pounds of fat that I put on during the bulk, I also lost another 2 pounds of fat beyond that. The ultrasound results also showed that I gained net muscle in my biceps even after the cut. My quads also grew significantly during the bulk, but basically came back down to baseline after the cut. I'm going to blame that on my knee injury, especially my left quad, which did lose more muscle, and that's the knee that I injured. I did hold on.
Yeah, bro, my knee has been injured for like 9 months. And it has slowed down my leg progress so much. It's fucking terrible.
Some net muscle gain on my right quad, though, even after the cut. Also, for the sake of scientific transparency, we also took BIA, or bioelectrical impedance measurements, throughout the study. This is the type of device you'll often see in commercial gyms. It says that I lost 1 pound of lean mass. This probably would have gutted me if I didn't have access to higher quality, more expensive, and more sensitive equipment. BIA has about twice the error margin of a DEXA machine, and I honestly just think my gains were well within the error bars for that device. Plus, the DEXA results, the ultrasound results, the strength results, and the before and after photos all quite clearly show that I made gains.
100%.
So, I say this just to say that you shouldn't feel bad if you get a BIA test done and the results aren't what you expected. They're often not sensitive enough to detect real changes in muscle mass in experienced lifters. So, the question we all want to know, am I going to use steroids?
No.
No. I think I proved to myself
Nice.
even 15 years deep if I really commit. I don't have
Good
any
for
regrets
him.
about the training program, but if I had my time back, I think I
Jeff
would have
Nippard's
bulked a
the
little
fucking
less
man.
aggressively. I think that if I had gained, say,
I don't have anything against people that actually use steroids. All right, steroids do whatever you got. You do whatever you want with them. They're yours. Just do it. Just do whatever you want. But I just really like natural. I just really like natural. I mean, then again, the only reason I really like natural is probably because I don't got the money to ever buy steroids to begin with. Not like
Can
I'll
you
ever use
imagine
it.
this dude on?
I don't wanna inject myself with anything. I don't wanna take some weird ass drug. Steroids isn't weird, all right. Like, I'm a nursing student. I know exactly what it does, down to the chemical composition, to what it does exactly in the body. And frankly, I just don't want to do it. Oops.
Steroids though, bro. He would look like fucking Gollum from Pokemon.
The weight during my bulk, I may have gained a similar amount of lean mass, but with less fat. As for the so-called...
Basically, this all just boils down to a net positive for you. But let's see for your brother.
...natural ceiling,
I wonder what Jeff Nippard's testosterone levels are.
I still do think it theoretically exists, at least on paper. If you could just keep building muscle indefinitely, anyone still lifting in their 70s or 80s would be the biggest bodybuilders alive. But I think I did show that you can kind of push your natural ceiling up with optimized training and diet. At the very least, I think I showed that's possible. So my next goal now is to get shredded, properly shredded, under 8% body fat. And Brad said he's going to keep going with the cut too. Actually, while I was editing this video, he lost another 5 or 6 pounds, and this was his latest physique update that he just sent me. I want
Brother, good for him. I bet he feels amazing. He looks so much better, bro. Good for him, man. That's awesome.
to get in my best shape ever
That
this
is
year.
the face of a man that knows something is fucking up, and that's his fucking muscle mass. Like, look at that. That is the face of a man with confidence.
If you're looking to do the same, I'd recommend running my new upper-lower push-pull legs program for yourself. It's the same program we ran for this experiment, except it's written to be more individualized to you. So there's a beginner version and an intermediate to advanced version, and I give you 2 substitution options for...
Yeah, I'll be real, bro. I trust Jeff Nippard with my fucking life. This guy has helped me so much get in shape. His advice is so fucking good. I still watch his videos every day.
every exercise and full instructions on how to swap exercises in and out. I'm calling it the bodybuilding transformation
Link?
system
Yeah, I got
because
you,
it really
man.
is more than just a program. There's video demos for every exercise,
If
volume
this video
analytics,
motivated
PQs,
anybody to work
and a full
out, I'm so
handbook
glad I
explaining
reacted
all the
to it.
science behind the program. If you run this for the next 6 months, I guarantee you'll build muscle. If you don't, I'll give you a full refund, no questions asked.
When did I start calisthenics? About 2 years ago. Yeah, it was about when grade 11. Grade 11, senior high school, grade 11, 2 years ago.
I truly believe this is the most effective program I've ever written, and I had a blast running it. You can pick up either the beginner version or the intermediate to advanced version on jeffnippard.com, and it's 25% off for launch week. If you're watching this video after launch week, I'll still go ahead and leave a discount code in the description box below, so you can still save some money. Now, obviously, it's not enough to just dial your training in. Your diet is also super important. So you can download my nutrition app MacroFactor for 2 weeks for free, which is like having me as your own personal nutrition coach, but for a tiny fraction of the cost. Oh,
Bro, this video was fucking amazing, and I love it so much. And for anybody who feels motivated to go to the gym, baby steps. Don't diet, don't cut, go to the gym. Just look at the weights. Pick one up, put one down, then go home. And just do what you want to do. And when you're ready to lock in, go with some friends.
Nice. Nice video, Tectone. And nice video. And, yeah. That's just about it. And I'm gonna end my stream as well. Yeah, I gotta end my stream. I haven't fucking eaten yet. I'm starving.
You know, go with
Great.